Hello everyone, my name is Jason, and in this video, condenser mics. How to? Welcome to Artificial Human Intelligence. Let's get started. I got some questions about how to set up a condenser microphone. So what I'm going to do is run through the entire process beginning to end on how to set it up and use it. In addition, I'm going to give some information about why things work. This might seem like it's going to get really technical, but I promise that it's not. To begin, I'm going to assume that you have the BM800 or other condenser microphone that requires phantom power. Now, you may be wondering, what is phantom power? And why does this microphone need it as compared to, say, a gaming headset microphone or a cell phone mic? To fully understand this, we need to know how this microphone works, but we have to start with what a microphone is. A microphone is a transducer. What is a transducer? A transducer is simply a device that converts one form of energy into another. In the case of a microphone, the sound wave or the air pressure wave is converted into an electrical signal. How this is done is by use of a capacitor, which way back in the day was known as a condenser, which is why it's called a condenser microphone. Inside of this microphone is a disc, and if we turn that disc sideways, this is what would be seen. There are two round conductive plates. One plate is a very, very thin membrane that's most likely made out of gold. When a sound wave hits the membrane, it vibrates, decreasing the distance between the two plates. This is the capacitor. Now, across the two plates is an electrical charge. When the plates come closer together, the charge is increased and is read as a signal. That signal is sent down the line and is converted by your audio capture device as a waveform. In order for this to work, the microphone needs that power source to provide the electrical charge across the two plates. Now, this electrical charge in a traditional condenser mic is provided by an external power source, phantom power. However, there are other microphones that don't require an external power source. These are called electret condenser microphones. All this means is that the material that the plates are made out of are permanently charged via the way that they are manufactured. An example of an electret condenser microphone is this cell phone, a headset like this, a gaming headset, and this other type of condenser microphone, which terminates into a standard 3.5 millimeter audio jack. I'll be doing a review on this later, so if you want to check that out, I think that this was about $13. And you'll get to see that later on, so subscribe. With that knowledge, how do you set up a condenser mic such as the BM800? And what do you need? You will need one condenser microphone, one XLR cable, one power source, and if applicable, the XLR to 3.5 millimeter jack that comes with the BM800. In choosing a power source, you can just go with a basic one, in and out. Just make sure that it's plus 48 volts and XLR, and you will be good to go. I'll post a link in the description for just a basic one and to get you started, and you can use your best judgment as to which one you would like. This is how to set it up. Plug one end of the XLR cable into the condenser microphone, the other end into the in port on the power source. Take the other XLR cable, plug it into the out on the power source, and into your PC or other recording device. And this is the cable that would be the XLR to 3.5 millimeter jack, or if you have something like a Zoom, as I have here, then all you will need is just one XLR cable into the Zoom. And with the Zoom, it provides the phantom power, so you don't need a power supply with it. Now, to use it, all you have to do is make sure that the power supply is on, plug it into your computer, and start recording, which I will get into the settings on the computer in a minute, because sometimes it doesn't work and people are like, what's going on? I'm going to go over that in just a moment. If you're using a computer to record the audio, then there's a couple things that you want to check to make sure are set correctly so that it'll work. The procedure for a Mac is roughly the same. You just have to get there a different way. But for me, I use a PC, so
down here at the next to the clock is a little speaker icon. You're going to right click that, and it's going to bring up a menu. You're going to click on recording devices. A list will come up, and you're going to want to find the one that is working for the audio. So whichever one is, you have the microphone turned on, and you'll be able to see it flicker. But if you can't, then what you do is you click on one of them that's working, right click, properties, and you can actually listen here on this tab. Listen, check this box here to listen to this device. Now, a word of warning, you're going to want to be on headphones when you do this, otherwise it's going to cause a feedback loop, and you're going to get a really high-pitched squeak out of your speakers. But you check that box, click apply, you'll be able to listen to it, make sure that it's the right one at the right levels. You can adjust the levels on the levels tab. You can also boost the microphone up if you need to, or turn down the volume on the microphone if you need to. You don't really have to worry about this, but click OK. Make sure that it's set to the default device. To change it to the default device, if it's not, just click on it, right click, and set as default device. Click OK. If you're looking for a recorder in Windows, it's a good one is under accessories here. Not Adobe. Accessories, and it's the sound recorder. Very simple, very easy to use. Just click start recording, record what you want to record, stop recording, and it'll bring up a menu to save the audio file somewhere on your computer. When I have to do voiceover work, I usually use Adobe Audition, but the choice is yours. So, I hope this helped, and we're going to go back to not being on the desktop.
So I hope that clears up a lot of stuff for you. A couple other things to note is that you have to make sure that the power supply is an XLR power supply. There was a suggestion on, or a question, if you could use a headphone amplifier to power the microphone. It just doesn't work that way. What a headphone amplifier does is when you take an audio signal and you put a headphone splitter on it, it will cut the power going down the lines in half, so you'll only get half of the power of the audio on each line. And as you continue to add headphones, it goes from half power or full power to half power to 1/3 power to 1/4 power. And what a headphone amplifier does is it takes the input at 100% and then outputs on each line at 100%. So a device like that can't be used as a power supply for a condenser mic, but it is definitely on my list to buy later because they're cool. So I hope this video helped you. You can feel free to ask questions in the comments below, and you can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook and ask me questions there. There'll be more videos coming down the pipe, so please subscribe, like this video if it helped you, and I will see you next time.